Hello, and welcome to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today, I'm featuring Dusk's Cabin and Whiterun Mine by Ithalia Homes and Cortex 56. Here we are at Dusk's Cabin. We're right next to Pelagia Farm, which is right outside of Whiterun, and here we are again at our featured home, Dusk's Cabin. Now we're standing in front of the home. The sun's just coming up. You can see that we have a corundum ore vein out front and an excellent view of Whiterun. Check out those beautiful god rays, and we have Pelagia's farm right next door. As we keep turning, we can see the Whiterun Mine in the background, but first we'll check out our new home, Dusk's Cabin. And it looks rustic, especially with the antlers mounted to the outside. We'll take a look at the outdoor features first, where we have a garden of red mountain flowers and a shield out front. There are usually quite a few butterflies in this area too. As we go further up the hill, we find a wood chopping block and a woodcutter's axe for your firewood needs. And then behind the home, you have a drinking area for your horse. And through this door is your bathroom, where all of your best stinking is done. Oops! I meant thinking. Anyway, the mod author also gave you the yellow book of riddles to stay entertained while you handle your business. And now we'll head to the front and check out the inside. And while we're on our way, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. As we head towards the door, we have a firewood pile to the right and a stool and table with a lamp to the left. Now let's head inside. And here we are, inside of Dusk's Cabin. Check out the pumpkins and fall decor. I love it. You can also see the natural light pouring through the slits of the roof. This feature also reflects the weather, so you can see when it rains or snows, and the time of day, so you can tell if it's early or late, based on the brightness. That's a really immersive feature. We also have this chicken roaming around, which I've already tripped over several times, so if my camera gets messed up, that's why. Anyway, let's get started with the tour. To the left, we have a workbench, a Falmer chest for enchanting stores, there are several insects in cages, a creepy skeleton, Halloween will be here before you know it, and a custom arcane enchanter with a magical effect. How cool! Below that is a chicken's nest with harvestable eggs. There's your tanning rack by the front door, and on the other side of the doorway, we have static name storage for armor, then we have storage for ingots, weapons, smithing materials, there's our grindstone, a custom Dwemer-themed smelter, and an anvil, so that completes our smithing suite. Now we'll head into our next room, where we have a dining table for two, some pretty flowers, and a refrigerator with a cool magical effect, both figuratively and literally. Right next to that, we find our cooking pot for our cooking needs, and then we find our custom mortar and pestle alchemy lab. There's storage for food, supplies, potions, ingredients, and recipes. This ivy makes the place feel more homey, and then we have a freshly made pie making me hungry. We have bunk beds for you and your followers to use, a dresser for your things, book storage, and a gem pouch with a ton of free gems, and nice branding with the blocks. Now that we've seen our home, we're heading back to the front to check out our second mod, Whiterun Mine. Starting from the front of the home, you'll head back towards the mountain. You'll notice a door with some torches close by. Inside is Whiterun Mine. Let's go check it out. And here we are, inside of Whiterun Mine. This mod is part of the Ithalia Homes SE download. You'll just want to make sure to check Whiterun Mine when the FOMOD pops up. Here's a table with some mead, wine, and cheese. And then when you enter the next space, you have another couple of beds for your followers, as well as another cooking pot. There are tons of mushrooms that you can harvest, and there are several of each of the vanilla ore veins to mine. Pairing this with the infinite E-flame mining mod would basically give you an unlimited amount of ore whenever you need it. I'll make sure to pin that mod in the comments. But as you can see, if you want a place to play your game without as many exploits, you could always treat this as a regular mine, and it would make sense being near one of the main hold capitals of Skyrim. And now that we've seen all of the features of both of these mods, it's time for final thoughts. Dusk's cabin is a feature-rich, rustic home on the outskirts of Whiterun. It offers a bunk bed for you and a follower, a cooking pot for your cooking needs, a wood chopping block for your firewood needs, a toilet where all of your best stinking is done, a full smithing suite with a custom smelter and named storage, a custom mortar and pestle alchemy lab, a custom mystical arcane enchanter, beautiful fall-themed decorations like these pumpkins, as well as a skeleton that reminds us that Halloween's right around the corner. And how cool was that ceiling that reflects the weather and the time of day? That's so immersive. And don't forget to check out Whiterun Mine and the FOMOD, where you can gain an extra 2 beds for followers, as well as a plethora of mushrooms and ore veins to harvest. Thanks Ithalia Mods and Cortex56 for sharing your work with the community. This concludes my feature of Dusk's Cabin and Whiterun Mine. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.